Welcome back to Rich Adventures. I'm amazed that anybody's still watching, but hey, maybe I'll get a couple more subscribers. I've got like 2. So, doesn't take much to double this channel's volume, does it? Just got back from our cruise a few days ago and thought I'd put together a little video about what it takes to get ready to go RVing with a brand new RV. My wife and I went RVing last year. We rented an RV and it came with just about everything you need. So we had really nothing. Didn't camp, didn't do much of anything like that. So when we decided to buy this RV, had to start looking at, okay, what all do we need? So today I'm going to show you guys what it is we've bought and some of the things that we've put together to get ready for the road. Stay tuned. It's going to get fun. So, as you can guess, there's probably several different categories of things that you need to take with you on your RV. There's kitchen stuff, there's bedding, there's bathroom stuff. All of that stuff I'm just going to kind of leave up to you because, you got to figure that out yourself. I guess one thing in the bedding department, everybody says you need to get a new mattress. Well, we haven't got our RV yet. So we haven't done anything about that yet. But there's plenty of people out there that you can get that 30% discount from rvmattress.com. So obviously take advantage of that. If we do, go ahead and get a mattress. Then there's electric, sewer, water. Those are the big 3. So unfortunately, when you buy your brand new RV, if you get a new one, it comes with only a electrical cord. But the other stuff, you're on your own to go get. There's lots of YouTube channels out there that show different stuff and, rate it and all that. So I watched a whole bunch of that. And what you're going to see today is a compilation of looking at that, looking at what's available out there on various websites and looking for a good price to come up with what I thought we should get. Let's start with electric. Well, it comes with a standard foot. Ours comes with a standard 50 amp cord. I have no idea how long it is. I'm going to guess probably 25 feet. But clearly we needed an extension. So I went ahead and got that. Let me show you some of the stuff that we got for electric. So I got us a 15-foot extension, standard 50 amp plugs, and it comes with this nice, probably use on my normal one, and I'll not have a carrying handle on that one. And then, of course, you gotta have various adapters. So here's one of the adapters I got. Obviously, the 50 amp, 30 amp. This is so we can plug into a 30 amp pedestal. We're going to Canada this year, and almost all the Canadian ones are 30 amp. A few of them have 50. But we got to be able to go from 30 amp to 50 amp. So that's a must. Then, of course, you might want to plug in to a house outlet, 110 outlet. So there's 110. Unfortunately, I got the wrong 50 amp plug. I didn't pay attention when I was buying this. TechnoRV.com is where I got this. I got a few other things there, and I'm not going to badmouth TechnoRV, but I will tell you that as consumers, we have to think about where we're buying things. TechnoRV offered absolutely some of the best prices on a few of the things that I bought, which I'm very thankful for. Unfortunately, and I'm not even going to say that this was improperly labeled or anything on the website. It wasn't. It was absolutely there. I just didn't read it because it wasn't like staring me in the face. This is a different kind of 50 amp connector. I didn't recognize the wording on there, didn't double check. So I got the wrong 110 to 50 amp plug. I'm going to have to replace this with the correct one because you do need to be able to plug into 110 on occasion to power different things on your camper, when you're sitting at your house and you don't have a 30 amp or a 50 amp plug, as an example. So I got to replace this. And back to that Techno RV discussion. The decisions we have to make are, based on price or availability or convenience. Talk about convenience. Had I bought that on Amazon.com, the return policy would have been file for a return, take it to UPS store, show them my QR code on my phone, done. Easy peasy. Techno RV, this is a downside to purchasing stuff on those kind of websites and a risk that you take for good pricing, not to mention you're buying from a place that's not a mass thing, feeding Jeff Bezos all his money. The return policy was I could return it. I could. So here's the thing. When I bought that, I bought it with two other things, which I'll show you in a minute, which took me below their free shipping threshold of $50. So I said, okay, well, what else do I need that they offer? And I saw this particular electrical connector for $10. I added it to my shipment, which made free shipping available. So I bought that for $10 and saved $12 on shipping. That's a no-brainer. So basically, I got that for free when, in fact, I would have bought the other things anyway. So the return policy. If I return it, I have to pay for return shipping. Makes sense. It does. And they will credit me the amount that I paid for that minus the cost of shipping it to me, which was free, but technically not free. So who knows what they would have charged. But bottom line is, I probably would return it and not get any money back. So I didn't return it, didn't bother, wasted my time, so I did not do that. Just a side note. Got to think about those things when you're buying stuff. What else for electrical? Well, that's all I've got for electrical right now. What else did I get from Techno RV? We'll go there. So, gas stop. You guys have seen these advertised. Well, I got 2 propane tanks, so I got 2 gas stops. Techno RV had these as their regular price, significantly less than anywhere else that I could find it, including buying it direct from Gas Stop. So Techno RV gets a bonus on this one. These are the 2 items that I bought when I bought that electrical connector as well. So got these. Here's the downside. A week after I bought these, Techno RV had them on sale for like $6 less each. There's another $12. Hey, life goes on, right? Had to get them, so I got them. What else did I get from Techno RV? And this is why I went there to start with. Mark, KYD, you're gonna love this. The LevelMate Max. Mark's been telling about the LevelMate Pro all this time, and we went ahead and got the LevelMate Max. Obviously I haven't put it on yet, so we'll make a video about putting that on and using it. So that's the big part of electrical, except here we go from Hughes. Their Power Watchdog, 50 amp Power Watchdog. Haven't plugged it in, haven't even taken it out of the box yet. So got that. Should be a good addition to my electrical use items. And then I also bought, because you read about all these campgrounds with their terrible power, I went ahead and got the voltage, it's called a voltage booster. It's really just a transformer, a buck booster transformer is what it is. So made specifically for the RV industry, 50 amp voltage booster. And what I didn't count on was how much that sucker weighs. That thing weighs a lot. So we'll see if it was a wise decision to purchase it or not. The way it works is if your voltage is below a certain threshold, it will automatically boost the voltage by 10%, and it goes up. And if it's not below that threshold, it boosts it by 2%. So basically, if you've got really, really good power, you don't want to use this because you don't want to boost the power up even 2% above 130. I don't think any place out there is ever going to have 130. Bottom line, those things are really great. If I go to a campground that's got 108, 107, and I boost it up 10%, I'm gonna have good power and I'm gonna save my electrical components. I won't be tripping circuit breakers and all that. Some people think that you're stealing power from other campers, and it's just nonsense. Anybody that says that, you just clearly do not understand how electricity works. Bottom line is, that post that I'm connecting to will only give me 50 amps, irrespective of the voltage that I'm using. So I can only pull 50 amps out, and that's it. So this thing just takes that available 50 amps at whatever voltage it is. It'll increase the voltage, which means I'm using less voltage on my appliances, but I'm still drawing however much amperage out of that post that it takes at that lower power level. So really, it's a net nothing for the campground, an improvement for my RV. Just saying. If you want to get deep into electricity, go look it up, figure it out. But all you people out there that are little crazy about that kind of thing, you just don't know what you're talking about. All right, moving on. Let's talk about, how about sewers? Sewage. Oh, we all know about that, right? Well, everybody's got to deal with sewage. You know about these, right? So bottom line is, you want your poop to run downhill. So you got to get one of these. I don't remember if I got this off of the Camco website or Walmart or where I got it. Wherever it was where they were selling it at the lowest price. So got one of those. I bought a 15-foot extension, and I don't know where I got it, but I chose the Rhino Flex. The Rhino Extreme is no doubt, I'm sure, a better product and certainly more robust, better, longer lasting, yada, yada, yada. But it costs a lot more. So this one, I believe, and from the research that I did, I believe is the best bang for the buck. There you go. Rhino Flex. I got a 15-foot extension, and I bought this kit right here that has two 10-footers. And because I bought a kit, I ended up with two of those see-through gizmos. Yeah, these things. But that'll do me for that. And then one other item is one of these donut things. I mean, they're cheap. A lot of people say they've only used it once or never used it or whatever, but you know, if you need it and you don't have it, well, then you're blank out of luck. Literally. All right, sorry about the pun. Shall we go to water? So water is an important thing to have, and we all need fresh water for our RV. The first thing is a regulator. People talk about it. I don't know if you need the kind that is like this, has adjustments and a reading, but I'm kind of an engineering geek at heart, so this is what I got. And again, I did some research. I got one that was rated well, and I have no clue where I ended up buying it from right this second. Maybe I'll put that on the notes section here. Bottom line, got to have a regulator to prevent overpressurizing your RV. You would not want to overpressurize your RV system and cause leaks. I mean, we've all heard that RVs aren't put together very well to begin with, so who in the world would want to actually cause a leak in their RV by hooking up to water pressure that's like 90 PSI or some crazy thing? With that, you also need a filter. So I researched the filters. You know, nobody's sponsoring me. Who would? I've got four subscribers. So I've looked at the filters. I've seen the expensive ones. I've seen the 3-stage ones, and quite frankly, they look really good and probably maybe are worth the money. in the long run. I'm not full-time camping, I'm part-time camping. So instead, I just bought a filter housing. This is a generic filter housing, one of those that accept this size filter, the 17-inch filter. Bought me a filter housing, and I bought what I believe may turn out to be good filters. This 3-in-1 filter. So it has the 3 stages all in a filter, disposable filter can. So yeah, I'm gonna go through these, you could say 3 times faster than the other filters, but when you look at the price difference, I'm probably money ahead. And certainly when you look at the fact that I only need, I need 1 filter for a season and then throw it away and you grab another filter. And I may only be camping, like maybe 10 times a year for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. So I thought this was the way to go, and certainly a way to get started with a lower budget. Went ahead and got 2 of those so that I'm ready to get out on the road. Well, you need a way to get the water to the camper, right? So a lot of research on water hoses. Man, I can't believe how many water hoses there are. I went ahead and got the Zero G. Go to the American side. 50 foot. Don't you wish that we would just adopt a metric system? I mean, oh my gosh. Get rid of all of that SEA wrenches and tools and just have one, please. When I was a kid, I thought we were going metric. I bet you did too. Anyway, that's another story. 50 foot Zero G, you got to make sure that it's drinking water safe and all that kind of stuff. You guys have seen these probably. I don't remember where I got it. Maybe I'll put it on the comments. But do some research, because you can get this exact same hose for 50% more if you go to the wrong place. So there you go. Got to have water. What else? Here's a controversial item. And quite frankly, I can't believe how much this thing weighs. You know what this is? Water softener. Okay, do you need a water softener? Probably not. Should you have a water softener? Maybe. I can tell you this. This particular one, the NP Global, see it right there, NP Global, it is as complete a kit as anything I could have ever thought to buy. Here, let me see if I can show you this. So it comes with everything you need. This is the water softener itself. It's got, all the connection pieces, quick connect pieces. It comes with a splitter, another on-off one, and the water softener, plus test strips. So it comes right away with its own test strips. Really, really a good value. I did a lot of research on this as well to find out, which one I thought I should buy. This one was at a really good price, rated well, and I will show you how we're going to hook up the water when we get around to that. But I do believe a water softener to be a great investment. Here's why. You're going to campgrounds, and even if you don't drink the water, which I don't get that, but even if you don't drink the water that you're going to get many, many, many times is well water. Well water is invariably high in mineral content. Those minerals get inside your plumbing system, inside your shower heads and your faucets and everything else, and they start building up usually calcium deposits, but mineral deposits of any variety. And those deposits reduce the diameter of your fittings and everything else, causing your plumbing system to get slowly clogged over time. Certainly it adds to corrosion in your pump, everything. So a water softener, properly used, will reduce greatly the amount of minerals you have going through your system, prolonging your plumbing system in your RV. Just my thoughts. Do what you want. I'm going to have the water softener. and I'm going to hook it up the way it's recommended, which is water softener, then the filter, because now the filter has to do less work because many of the minerals that the filter would have caught are removed. The filter, and then it goes on to the RV. I'm going to drink the water that the parks provide, unless they're posted saying, don't drink the water. I lived a long time drinking a lot of water, well water. You know, I guess if I go to Mexico, maybe I'll rethink that. But, you know, well water in Mexico is probably better than water you would get at a ugly restaurant. Anyway, moving on. What else do we have? Okay, you gotta, oh, look. Everybody needs one of these. You know what that's for? You hook it up at the end of the pipe on the fifth wheel so that you can manually open and close that, and you don't have that oopsies when you take off the cap. Oopsie poopsie, is that what it is? Something like that. With the water, I don't know if you can see these, I'm not gonna open it yet. I bought a bunch of these quick disconnects, so I'm gonna put these on the end of my hoses, and I'm gonna be able to disconnect everything quickly. Hopefully they don't leak, but you know, we'll see how that goes. Quick disconnects, love it. This stuff is all from other things. Air pump, got an air pump. Previous video, I installed I don't know why I call it an air pump. It's an air compressor. Previously, I installed the air compressor on the truck. You can go back and look at that other video. Via Air seems to be the best thing out there, according to the ratings and what people talk about. That's what I bought. It ain't cheap, but if it works, and it works a long time, perfect. You see this right here? So, Halo View. Absolutely incredible system. I've got cameras and everything else. So this is the Halo View BT7 TPMS. So I'm going to have cameras on the rear for rear observation. I'm going to put the side marker cameras on to look down the side. And I'm going to put one, I think, up on the front cap to look forward over the top of the truck. I don't know about that one, but I did buy an extra camera. Most people put it over by the door to look out to the side of the camper for security reasons, but I figure I already got the side marker one looking down the side. I don't know, I haven't figured that out yet, but I've got that. Of course, it won't get installed until I get my camper, which hopefully is at the end of this week. Today's April 1st, April Fool's Day. And it also, I bought the one that has TPMS and 6 sensors. Most people, you know, I've got a 2-axle trailer, so I got 4 tires. So that's 4 tires there plus the spare, that's 5. I only needed 5 sensors, right? Well, what do I do with the 6th one? Tricky. I put it on the truck spare tire because the truck spare tire doesn't have TPMS. And the truck doesn't monitor the spare tire. Now I can monitor my truck spare tire as well as the other 5 tires. So that's that. I gotta have one of these things for the water, you know, a 90 degree so that the hose doesn't stick straight out and cause all kinds of problems. This is more connection stuff to hook up my plumbing for my hose. Oh yeah, these things. These are important. Can you tell what that is? Yeah, well, it's hard to tell. It's 4 chalk blocks. There you go, you may be seeing there. 4 chalk blocks. These are heavy duty chalk blocks. No, and they're made out of heavy duty rubber, so there won't be any breaking my chalk blocks, having them crack and fail on me. All right, people like snap pads. So, there they are. These are not snap pads. These are, I don't remember the name. I'll try and put it in the description. They are not snap pads. They look like snap pads, don't they? And let me tell you, they are heavy duty. So those are gonna go on the feet of my RV because I truly believe that's almost a necessity to protect the feet and make it work better. I also bought a couple of these, 2 of them, because 90% of the time when you put the front feet down. It'd be good to put them on something. And by having the front feet go down less, that puts less leverage on them. So that goes to the front. I got 2 bags of levelers. I don't remember which ones I went with. I went with Lynx levelers. I'm not sure, stabilizing blocks, whatever you want to call them. You know, they're pretty standard, straightforward, these things. You can read all kinds of reviews on them. They're hit and miss at best. But basically it seems like you gotta have some of those to make sure you have the ability to beef up, so that, you know, when you have a hole, or, you know, when you're sitting at a weird angle, you can use more. You don't have you're not strutting out on your leveling system, which obviously my Alliance Paradigm comes with an auto leveler, hydraulic leveling. So, you know, most of that's going to be pretty easy. I also bought this kit with the wedges that you drive up on, and this locks in. I like this one because they actually are serrated, so they lock and it can't slip out. There's ones that are flat, and I don't know, it just seems like they could slip out. It even came with the pads that you can put under it, so that it won't slide out when you're trying to go up on it. And I guess that's the name of the company right there. Got those for leveling. So this, combined with my Levelmate Max, not Levelmate Pro, but Levelmate Max, I'll make it pretty easy to level the RV left to right while I'm still connected, and make sure I don't have to do that whole disconnect, reconnect thing. All right, that's that. So I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, this right here. Anderson hitch connector. So this goes on the RV once I get the RV. The hitch is actually in the truck. I'll make a different video about that. Just thought I'd make mention of it. This is a truck component for the trailering kit on a Ford, just sitting in here. The chains, arguably don't need them, but I'm not going to get caught and have somebody tell me that I had to have them and I don't have them and get in trouble. This is just a rug got from Walmart for outside. And the last thing I'm going to talk about today is RV security. So this right here is from Fort Knox Locks. Don't know if you can read that, Fort Knox Locks. So I bought it with a puck lock right here. Goes on there like that. This thing will fit right over. When this is mounted on, obviously this is upside down right now, but when this is mounted on the trailer, this thing will fit so that, let's see, it goes like this. Yeah, however it fits. Anyway, goes right in here. I gotta figure that out. Huh, that's interesting. That is interesting. It goes in here like that. All right, well, it fits, but I got to figure that out, because am I holding it the wrong way? Yes, I am. I'm holding it the wrong way. It'll be like that. So this will go right like that. This goes on here. This will close. This will lock. And now nobody can just pull up and steal my RV. Obviously, if you didn't have an Anderson hitch, you wouldn't be able to use this, but you could come up with a wrench, take this off pretty quickly, and steal the RV with just a fifth wheel. Kingpin fifth wheel. So, protects the RV. How do you also lock the doors? Well, I got from RV Lock, their combination lock, the original keyless solution. So this is, it's twofold. Convenience, obviously, so you don't have to have a key with you and you can just use the combination lock. But more importantly, you should know that the locks on an RV, there's a master key that fits, just maybe 2 or 3 master keys that fits just about every lock on an RV. And there's a lot of people that run around and have those master keys. I don't think anybody's going to break in, but I'm going to end up storing my RV in a storage lot. So got to do some extra protection. And then I went ahead and I got the kit for the screen door that makes it easier to open and close the door and lock it from the inside. Well, I think that's it for today. All this stuff's got to get put to use, and soon we will be hitting the road. Hopefully picking it up certainly by next week, and we have a trip scheduled where we're leaving on April 17th to go to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Should be fun. See you on the road.